Hey guys, it's Heidi. Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, today's Mother's Day. And I'd just like to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I do have notes because I'm a proper scatterbrain. And I'm more than likely to forget the important stuff. So forgive the notes. I just want to, on behalf of all your children, I just want to say to you, thank you. Thank you for the 9 months that you carried us. Thank you for the morning sickness that you went through. In my case, my mom was pregnant with me and my dad had the morning sickness, not her. So yeah, and thank you for going through all the pain that you went through in order to give birth to us. Thank you for scarring your body for us. Those that had a C-section. Yeah. Thank you for the scars on your body for the sake of us. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the night shift and the day shift and the 24-hour shift and the 365-day shift. So, mothers, thank you. Thank you for sitting up with us when we're sick. Thank you that you sat up all night with us to see that we were okay. Thank you that you spent hours on your knees praying for your children when they were sick or that they would just do well at school or whatever it was that you were praying for. I just want to say thank you for the hours and hours and hours of prayer. Thank you for providing for us. Now, sometimes mothers have a hard time trying to provide for their children because they're single mothers. So they're either working 2 shifts and still trying to see to the children and making the best of what they've got. I know my mom, she made a plan. When it came to food, she made a plan. We survived. And yeah, we ate a lot of rabbits and pigeons and who knows what else we ate. But she made sure we ate food. Anyway. And I'm sure many of your mothers out there have done the same. Thank you for the things you gave up. Mothers, thank you for giving up your dreams for your kids. Thank you for giving your dreams up for us. Thank you for possibly walking away from your boyfriend or your husband in order to keep your child because they wanted an abortion. And they said either have an abortion or leave, and you chose to leave. Thank you for that. Thank you that you possibly gave up your career for your children. And yeah, in relationships. And thank you for also going without. Who knows how many meals my mother went without in order that we could eat. Now, I just want to, a lot of people, especially on Mother's Day, they will read a scripture from the Bibles, Proverbs 31, from verse 10 to 31. The heading in the NIV says, a wife of noble character, or they can also be the mother of noble character. A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. You know, a mother that has a noble character is precious. She is so precious. And many of you moms out there, you are so precious in the sight of God. And yeah, sometimes the kids eventually figure out, hey, our mother actually does love us. So, yeah. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. Right? So, yeah. She brings him good and not harm all the days of her life. She also brings good to her children. She will not bring harm to her kids. And this is a mom of noble character. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. Now, I remember my mom sitting up until late hours of the night knitting and sewing just to clothe us. She got, I don't know whether she took an old sheet or whatever, maybe old curtains or whatever, and she made us clothes. And she knitted hours and hours and hours of knitting to make sure that us kids are warm and clothed. And we didn't have the brand names of clothing. We had hand-me-downs and whatever Mom could make. That is what we had. But she did her best. And I'm sure you moms out there did your best for your children as well. Right, she is like a merchant ship bringing her food from afar. Yeah, many times in Harding, I would look out the window and I see my mom walking up the road towards the house and carrying one bag or two bags. Most times it was only one. And she would carry that food all the way from town up to where we lived, bringing her food from town, carrying it, never complaining. She gets up while it's still dark. She provides food for her family and portions for her servant girls. Yeah. My mom certainly did get up early when she was still married to my own father. She would get up early. She would do what she had to do, make sure that the food was on the go and what have you. And even when they hit hard times, they really did. And we landed up living in the Arabi Gorge for 2 weeks. And my mom, I was a baby, and she would wash my nappies in the river. She'd boil that water from the river and to make food for us and what have you. And she made a plan. Okay. Right. She would consider something, and she considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. So whatever she makes, she pours back into her family. She pours back into her children. Right? She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for the task because she knows she's looking after her family. Her family is everything to her. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. Right? So she does work late into the night. She only gets like 3-4 hours sleep and she makes it work. Right? In her hand she holds a distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. Many times, yes, my mom has looked after us as best she could. But if a needy person, a truly needy person, came to her asking for food, she would share what little we had. She would share with others. And therefore God always provided for us. He always made sure that we had enough. And yeah, when it snows, she has no fear of her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. In other words, she makes sure that her family is warm. Makes covering for her beds. She's clothed in fine linen and purple. Right? And yeah, and it carries on. She makes linen garments and sells them and supplies the merchant with sashes. So yeah, she would do whatever she needs to do in order to provide for her family. She will make cookies. She would sew curtains. She would mend clothes. She would do alterations, whatever, in order to provide for her family. Right? She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She knows it's hard, but she knows that she will make a plan. Right? She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. Right, children? Our parents didn't get old by being stupid, right? They've been there, they've done stupid things. So they warn us. Take heed of what your mom and your dad are saying to you, right? She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. My mother is not lazy. She can be many other things, but lazy she is not. That is one thing I can say of her. It's very difficult to get her just to sit down and be quiet. You know, that's just sit down, watch TV or look at things on your phone or whatever. Mom is always busy. She's in the garden. She's fixing up her cupboard, she's doing whatever. She is always busy. She is not lazy. So, yeah. And her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works bring her praise at the city gates. I just want to speak that of all your mummies out there. Right? You do your absolute best for your children. Thank you also to the mothers out there that did walk away from relationships, that did walk away from a husband or a boyfriend in order to keep the children. Thank you for giving that up for your kids. And yeah, children always honor your mom and dad, right? There's one of the commandments, honor your mother and father so that it may go well with you. I just want to read that to you guys. It's in Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 16. Honor your father and your mother as the Lord your God has commanded you, so that you may live long and that it may go well with you in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Right? So, yeah. If we honor our parents, it will go well with us. Yes, we will have hard times, but God will always show us what to do and how to get through. Don't only know your mother when you need something. Don't phone her up and say, "Hi, Ma, I need cash. Hi, Ma, I need this. Hi, Ma, I need that." Don't do that. Phone her up and say, "Hi, Ma, I was thinking of you. Are you okay? I just called to say that I do love you and I appreciate you." All right? Our mothers like to hear that from us. And yeah. And we need to love them and we need to appreciate them. Our mothers are not always with us. Some of our moms have died. Mine is still with me. I thank God for her. And yeah. And yeah, some of you might turn around and say, "But you don't know my mother. She's an absolute witch," or "She's wicked, she swears at us, she smacks us, she's a drunkard, she's on drugs, she's doing whatever." You know what? She's still your mother. We still need to honor her. We still need to tell her that we love her. Right? Don't say wicked and evil things about her. Right? She may not be the mother of the year. And yeah, we don't know what's going on with her. But we still need, deep down in our hearts, we know that somewhere our mom still loves us. No matter what she's going through, she still loves us. Maybe she's doing those things because she can't cope with what she had to go through in order to keep us. So, 2 things I've learned in life. Never judge. Because there's that scripture, which I don't know where it is, probably in Proverbs and in Matthew as well, I think. It says, "Judge not and you will not be judged." Right? Be very careful of judgment, because whatever you are judging, you're going to land up in that same mess, and even worse. So be very careful that we do not judge our moms. You don't look down on her either. Don't look down on her and say you're stupid, or you this, or you that, or you the other. If you're looking down on your mom, make sure it is when you are bending down to help her up. Only time you look down on your mom. No other time. Yeah, as I said before, maybe our mothers gave up things that were precious to them in order to keep us, in order to feed us. Maybe she sold her jewelry in order to feed us, to clothe us. Who knows? And yeah, it does hurt when our mom chooses to leave her boyfriend or her husband over us. But you know what? Take that hurt to God and say, "God, here it is. I don't know how to deal with it." And He will deal with the situation. Just leave it there. Don't take it to God and then say, "Well, God, I don't know how to deal with this. Here it is. You deal with it." Turn around, look at something else, and then rugby tackle God in order to get your problem back. Don't do that. Just leave it in God's hands. We got to love regardless. Yeah? We need to love. Right, and yeah, maybe your mom gave you up for adoption. Right? Maybe she was not able to look after you, and she decided that she would rather give you up so that you could have a better life, that you could get an education, that you can have a much better life than what she could give to you. These people, these things happen. And yeah, it gets to me. It really does. Right. And deep down in their hearts, they do love you. Pick up the phone and phone them. Right? And if your mom has died, speak to her. Nothing dies in the spirit world. Trust me, they will hear you. They will definitely hear you. And yeah. And for you people out there that are adopted, you are privileged because your mom and dad chose you. My poor mother just landed up with me. Shame. Anyway. But yeah. Guys, honor your mom. Phone her, speak to her. She loves you. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. Lots and lots of love. Bye.